What's going on, guys? It's your boy HQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode, Showtime with the Q. As always, I got the powerful one, the co-host. I'm sorry, guys. Corey Hughes. Corey, are you doing good this afternoon?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me again.
Once again, we're back to you. We're doing a little bit more Secret Invasion talk, okay? We're doing episodes 3, 4, and 5. Sorry that we've been a little bit behind, but we're here to do a jamboree. Is that what they call it?
Yes,
Jumbly?
a medley.
Yeah, there you go. A medley. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, listen to us on podcast platforms, hit the follow button there. We appreciate everybody who's been listening to us so far. So, Secret Invasion, 3, 4, and 5. Corey, seeing how we're getting close to the finale of this, I just want your initial impressions. Have you enjoyed the show so far? That's what I want to know.
It's like dry white toast. That's what it's like.
But it's white toast, though.
Yeah, still. It's bland. It's not doing. It's not bad. It's not doing anything really for me. I'm trying to feel it. I'm watching these episodes and I'm not doing other things. Like sometimes I'll watch stuff and I'll do other shit at the same time. Not this. Okay. I'm watching these intently because I'm sure that there is a good storyline worth engaging with here at some point. But it's just been bland. And I'm sorry, but I'm getting tired of Nick Fury looking like he's off the streets of Portland. It's just it's not working for me. This beanie hat, and what all of a sudden he lost his eye patch. Is he so broke? Did he have to pawn the eye patch?
No, he didn't. He didn't lose it. He was saving the eye patch for when he needed to get fully back into action. Okay, this is
so if they're saving it for if they're saving it for a transitional moment where he gets his oomph back. Gets his mojo back.
Stella got the groove back. The groove back, right?
When she gets her groove back, the eye patch is going to pop on. The leather jacket's going to pop on. He's going to lose 20 pounds. He's going to shave his goddamn face. And he's going to go back to the beret from the sock hat, right? So, God, I hope that moment comes soon. Well, how many episodes are we looking at in this season?
Yeah, because they but one episode left.
That's what I'm feeling. I'm just getting the feeling like this thing is getting ready to wrap up.
It's about to wrap up. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into episode 3. And of course, Graphics' plan is to get the world get everybody to blow each other up. Okay, isn't that what it always is?
Yeah.
Hey, you press the nuke, then I'm gonna press the nuke. Australia got a nuke. Saudi Arabia got their nuke. I'm pretty sure there's some nukes down in Antarctica. They're gonna shoot their nukes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody gets to shoot their nukes, So, so that's the premise. That's what he's going off of. But he seems to be, we know that he spent a lot of time as almost a pseudo right hand man of Nick Fury, as we start to learn throughout this. So, I think he's kind of picked up some of his tactics as far as trying to be a step ahead of the ball game. And in this particular episode, he's trying to use a British submarine, infiltrate that to actually blow up United Nations plane. All right, what'd you think about that particular plot?
It was okay. It wasn't anything special. Kind of par for the course. Going a little extreme with the use of submarines and nukes and all this stuff. I mean, as typical Marvel style, going over the top, and there's only one man who can save the day. The tropes to me are becoming tiresome. I hate to express such frustration with the show so early on, but it's just not buttering my bread, so to speak.
Your bread's not getting buttered.
Mm-mm.
I mean, come on now. I thought this hasn't been half bad. Okay, it hasn't been half bad for the simple fact of what we got right there near the end. Okay, near the end of Phase 4. I mean, we had Miss Marvel, we had She-Hulk. Well, we had stuff that I felt like, and now of course it's gonna go somewhere because they're gonna take it somewhere in the Marvels movie and all that stuff. But
let me sum up ultimately what the problem is, and it's one of those it's not you, it's me things, right?
Oh my goodness, I mean That can't be it, man. It's not you, it's me. Is that what it is?
I believe the problem is superhero fatigue. Like, honestly, at this point, just let the goddamn Skrulls have the planet and be done with it. Please, just let them have it, okay? They can't be fucking things up worse than we already fucking things up. So just give them a shot. It might be great.
Yeah, but well, as we'll talk about a little bit later on, it doesn't even seem. Well, that may have been the initial plan, but absolute power corrupts all.
Well, here's another
thing. I don't
really
think that's I don't think that's the plan anymore.
And here's another thing: the scope of the show, the scope of the Skrulls, and there's a million of them, and they're already on the planet. This has been so disgustingly, underwhelmingly built up in the lead up to it, in the movies and whatnot.
This is true. Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to try to take over the goddamn world, we should kind of feel a threat coming for, it should feel like it's impending doom based on what we've seen of them before. And all we've got is them. And I always forget what movie it was that they're in where they're shaped.
Well, they were in Captain Marvel. That's where they were introduced. But then, if I'm correct, they were in a post-credit scene.
Yes.
Of Spider-Man, if I'm correct.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, and it was one of them, Taylor's pretending to be Nick Fury.
Right, yes. So, I'm like, really? We got this intense storyline. Nick Fury is all the pressure's on him. He's not calling in the Avengers, which is a whole nother conversation. There's no Avengers movie coming up anytime soon, so I might as well interject some Avengers talk into this right now.
Yeah,
because the new Avengers are going to be led by the guy with wings,
the Falcon. Yeah, the
Falcon.
Which is, I guess, and Captain America.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. It's Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi,
yeah.
Not Szechuan? Not General Cho? No, it's Shang-Chi. Okay, so it's Shang-Chi. Yeah. And then who was the third one? There's a third one that's in that roster of who's in the new Avengers.
Well, it's probably going to have to be Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel. It's Captain Marvel.
Marvel?
Isn't it Captain Marvel? It's a woman. It's the chick, right?
I don't think it's Marvel. I think
it's Ms. Marvel. So hold on. So we got Captain Marvel and we got Ms. Marvel. Is that how this is?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. This is real talk. This is the way this is. Let's see. So who else could we have in there?
I mean, they might as well recruit Mo, Larry, and Curly at this point. I think the lineup to say is underwhelming is underwhelming. Yeah,
there's a little issue with the lineup coming up.
They're going to gross like 10 million at the box office, and it's going to be like they should just make it a Netflix series, or Paramount Plus, or here's they should just, how about this? How about don't even bother? How about just don't?
No, they still got to make it because they are not done wasting money yet. Okay, they are not done wasting money yet. There's no doubt about it. All right, we still have plenty of money left to waste. Okay, so that's what we got to do.
And as far as Nick Fury goes, we got one episode left. I know we're getting to the other episodes here, but do we know how many seasons this is scheduled for? Is this a make it or break it season?
I figure it's going to be this one.
So he's going to save the whole world. He's going to go from being a homeless guy to saving the world by next episode.
Well, I don't think per se saving the world. I think that's harsh language. We want to refrain from harsh language like that. But what I do believe is that he will wrap up his particular struggle with Gravik. Gravik's death will come about, but I do believe that something will be left in the wakes as far as what he has at the end. We're jumping forward a little bit. That will lead to future events. Maybe even some people are talking about the Sentry potentially, that particular character. So I think that it may lead up to something like that. Now,
hang on, you're telling me that there's more superheroes that we haven't heard of yet?
Yeah, the Sentry. He's actually one of the strongest in the Marvel. Actually,
man, it's like they just keep making up all these superheroes. It's like it's never going to end. Like, at some point, don't they have to say, we got enough superheroes. The universe is safe enough. I think that's where they need to go.
humans always look towards something to worship, so that's why we're intrigued with superheroes. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole point. We always are looking for some type of higher being. So that's why we have the whole connection
I don't
with
know.
all
I
the
don't know about that
superheroes.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know about that because the paradigm in superheroes is the savior and the savee, right? So you have the person who does the saving and the person who gets saved, which means that the superheroes have the power and that us the humans always are disempowered. Don't you think from a
Mhm.
um, literature and entertainment standpoint, the pendulum could swing back the other way, and we can have an era of human empowerment where we don't need to make our heroes external anymore.
No.
No.
Look, no, man. Since the dawn of time, since they've been known how to chisel some shit into a tablet, they've been chiseling gods, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've been doing. Okay, they've been chiseling shit. All right, they chiseled it. They wrote it. They wrote it on a damn piece of parchment paper by candlelight with a felt tip feather. Okay, that's what they do. All right, that's what we do. So I don't think we'll ever get quote unquote tired of superheroes. I think we may need a new brand of superheroes. I think we might have heard these particular stories too much. Even though, like, when a Batman movie comes out or a Superman movie comes out, people are just like, they're in there. They're in there to watch those. Those are like staples. Um, but yeah, back to episode
well,
3. You can
well,
go
let me
ahead.
comment
Go
on
ahead
that
before
because I don't know that they'll
I.
always be staples. I think
Well,
that
they currently
I
are.
think we've seen a lot of things that have been staples that have kind of like Star Wars kind of was a staple, but it kind of blows today. So they can
Well,
destroy
damn, man, they
anything.
got to make something good, though. Come on, Corey. You just said Star Wars. Did you hear what you just said? You just said Star Wars. The last trilogy they did was a travesty to trilogies. Okay, that's what it was. It was pathetic. I was like, my goodness, man. And what made it pathetic to me is the fact they had two motherfuckers that didn't know how to fight, which is damn Kylo Ren and Rey. They suck with lightsabers. I'm like, what is this trash, man? How can I get better lightsaber duels 24 years ago? You know what I'm saying?
It was like
Was
the
it
fight from They
2023?
Live, but with
Yeah.
lightsabers.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. They're like, oh, oh. I'm like, Kylo, you've been training your whole life and you fighting this bad. Come on, man.
It should
I
be
don't
like
get it,
John
man.
Wick with lightsabers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shit should be flying everywhere. Liam should be flying off of people. I want to see something crazy. All right, but sorry, guys, we're on a tirade. Okay, the state of cinema is weak. Well, hell, there might not be no cinema for a little while because of the writer strike and actor strike and all that shit. So they're
I'm
probably
not
pushing everything back.
I'm not big on conspiracy theories, but I think this whole Hollywood thing might be orchestrated.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yes, guys. Corey's not big on conspiracy theories. Hey, look, so Secret Invasion episode 3. So, uh, we find out that because we're kind of on the rails. This guy actually helping her father Talos. Is she actually against her father? So, from what we see right here, it looks like she's been the mole the entire time in Gravik's facility to get leak information to Talos. All right, and we do find out that Talos was actually, a main general before they gave him the boot. Okay, they gave him the boot, and we see the kind of tribunal of head scrolls. Tribunal of head scrolls. One of them was like the UK Prime Minister and all that good jazz. So we see that type of tribunal that they have there. So that gets into the premise, like, who's not a scroll? Like every time I look at somebody, I'm just waiting for something to happen. Get hurt. You about to turn into a squirrel. Like you're just on edge the whole time about who's a scroll and who's not. Even
So
if Nick Fury, Nick Fury's a scroll at the moment. So
yeah, we never know. You never know.
yeah,
So once again, we have a theme that keeps arising, and that theme that arises through all of these various movies and shows that we watch is the theme of horrible parents create horrible children. And that's exactly what she is. What is her name?
Gaia.
the mother of dragons, right? So the mother of dragons is, oh, how the mighty have fallen. She is so wishy-washy, flip-floppy. I don't think she knows what she wants. She can't decide whether she's a traitor or she's or not a traitor. So she's being bad at performing services for both sides. You know what I mean? That's exactly what's going on. A typical woman. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's been a little rough around the edges. There's no doubt about it. So this particular plan gets foiled by Nick Fury, Talos, and what it seemed to have been. I don't think Gravik actually thought it was going to be able to take place. It looks like he was actually he implored his plan to see who the mole was, because Gaia ends up going and getting some information from the lab, and then she escapes the facility, and then Gravik meets her and proceeds to put a bullet in her chest. Okay, put a bullet right in her chest. So at that point in time, we believe that Gaia is dead, and that's when we move over actually into episode 4, and Gaia reawakens. Okay, and we see that she actually had went through the process of whatever type of super scroll machine that they have going on right there. Now,
it seems like they can heal somehow. Maybe I'm not following, but is there being able to heal from this stuff because of this machine?
Yeah, so it imbued some properties. So we know that Groot is one of the DNA that was used, and I was talking to somebody at work about. I was like, "What is the regeneration power?" I was trying to think of which superhero, but then I thought about it. I was like, "Well, didn't the villain in Iron Man 3 wasn't that his power? Like he was like superheated or whatever, and like you would hit him and he would kind of heal. I believe that was his power because
no, wasn't there a healing X-Men?
Yeah, but X-Men haven't been introduced yet, though. That's the whole thing, though. So
yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing. Do you think what these people
Yeah,
follow rules?
Yeah, but I'm trying to stick with what we got, though. I'm sticking with what we got. Okay. So I believe that's where they got that particular power from, if I'm correct. Now I know the group power because Gravik likes using that, obviously, which I don't understand how you would get imbued with being able to turn your limbs into tree branches. I'm not sure on that. Okay, I mean, I was like, how the hell you get that power? I was like, okay, I didn't think you would just be able to turn your body into something totally different. But this is TV. Okay, this is TV. All right, so I'll stay with that. So the guy is actually alive. Okay, guy is actually alive. All right. We go back and we find out that Nick Fury's wife has actually been underneath Gravik, not per se, not sexually, but doing his bidding per se while Nick Fury was gone. What do you think about that particular aspect there?
Another woman stabbing her man in the back. It's another theme here. They're breaking up the modern family in Marvel. That's what they're doing here. They're putting on, they're anti-feminist, right? Because they're making these women all backstabbers. It's not good. I don't like her at all. I don't like the idea of Nick Fury being with a Skrull at all.
He loves her though, man.
She's green and from outer space.
Yeah, but every time he bangs her, the pussy's black. Well, the pussy was pink on the inside.
You have to have some arrangement where you get to pick who you're fucking that day. You have to have like a rotation. Like you have to have a list of porn stars who you can do. You got that one on Wednesday.
You'd be like, hey, but you would get to fulfill your fantasy of having a different woman every day per se.
That's wild. That is wild.
You would get to fulfill that fantasy, like, man, who I want today? It's like, oh, let me go back. Well, I think they actually have to. Do they have to come in contact? Is that correct? I believe they have to come in contact. I don't know if they can just do it off of a photograph. I cannot remember that.
You just take a trip to the AVN once a year.
Just. So we're taking a trip to the AVN. Just you get right beside all of them, touch them, and be like, I get my pick of the banks. Yeah, I get my pick of the litter. I get my pick of the litter. Oh man, that's pretty good right there. But we have a moment where we see Rhodey actually talking to Nick Fury's wife, and come to find out, Rhodey's a Skrull.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yes,
from Feige and the fellas, they're saying Rhodey's been a Skrull in past films. You heard me. They're saying Rhodey has been a Skrull in past films.
This is what I like to call the rewriting of history. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it one bit.
I mean, it's just like, well, hold on a second. Damn, now you got to look back. You'd be like, well, shit, when the real Rhodey disappear?
You know what I want? I want a goddamn Terminator Marvel crossover where the Terminator goes back in time and kills Stan Lee before he ever gets the shit off the ground.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
There it is, boys. I mean, Terminator goes back in time, takes out Stan Lee before you created this abomination. People have ran with this. They drug it into hell.
That's a question. Like, how much of Marvel started to get bad after Stan Lee died? There should be like a thing in the Constitution that like when your creator like dies or stops doing it, like it's done. Like you're not allowed to hand it off to anybody.
Yeah, you got to give up the brand.
It's have statistics. You got to have like minimum 5,000 followers for that to apply, right? You got to have things in place, but
man, so just shut it right now, okay? Just shut it right now, guys. Oh man, that's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. So yeah, so
here's my question: where's all these people at? Now they're all replaced with Skrulls. Are they dead?
No, they be in the
in holding cells, like floating in liquid somewhere.
Yeah, the holding cells where they got the thing going through their brain because they had to make sure that they did the humana and they had all their memories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The humana. Now, is this going with our times that Rhodey happens to be a female Skrull?
No, I don't think. No. I don't think they're going there with that. They go there enough with it enough. You know, they don't have to slide that stuff in there.
It's just kind of funny they didn't pick a male Skrull to play Rhodey.
Well, it's the female empowerment thing, right? Like, probably what it is.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay. All right. We'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. What Corey is saying. So yeah, Rhodey is in fact a Skrull, guys. Now we don't know how long he's been a Skrull. There's been some people who have made some gave us some insights that maybe the switch happened when Rhodey was severely injured in battle. I can't remember which movie that was, but I know he was in his War Machine suit. And if I'm correct, I think they said he broke his back. If I'm correct, at that point in time. Like I said, I can't remember which movie that was, but people are going back to that particular point in time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But we don't know. We don't know. Rhodey's been hanging around, and Rhodey might have been a Skrull, and he may not have been a Skrull. Where's the real Rhodey at? The question is, Corey, will we see the real Rhodey in Episode 6?
No way. I'm just kind of in a state of awe that we're only at one episode left to complete a story because I feel like I don't even know what the story really is yet. They're only still building up. They could have made
the story.
Yeah, there is an invasion and Nick Fury got to stop it, and his wife's a traitor, and like his odds are against him, and that's the premise. That's the outline. It doesn't even seem like, you know, in traditional literature, you have this build up and then you get to the conflict and then you get to the conflict resolution and then you have the happy ending and the hero rises and all that stuff. They're going to do that in like 52 minutes? I don't think so.
This last episode may be like an hour and a half.
Okay. Still, I don't know. I just don't see them wrapping it up. I see them handing it off to something else and having it appear in another crossover.
They don't have
somewhere.
any choice but to hand it off.
Yeah.
It's got to be handed off. I mean, it's just all they is to it. It's got to be handed off. So, seemingly, the guy is dead. Of course, she comes back. She meets up with Talos. They have a discussion. The guy is like, "What's your plan, Talos? What's your plan? I need to know your plan, okay?" And Talos is like, "Hey, I got a cool plan. I'm going to have a bargaining chip. Hey, guys, we saved the world, so you think we get a little piece of land?" And guys just sitting there looking at him like, "Man, that ain't no plan, okay?" So she walks off. Taylor's like, "Dang, bro, that's all I got, man." You know what I'm saying? But here's what I'm saying. They're like, "Don't you want to live in your own skin?" No, y'all are ugly as shit, man. Y'all are just gross looking creatures, okay? What difference does it make? Y'all are here. You've been eating. You've been infiltrating, okay? I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. I would just continue to be here, mind my business, and then, when I got injured or died, I'd have to go run in a corner real quick. Because that's when they get injured, they're not able to maintain the form of the person that they took before.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I tell. I say, look, we're just gonna keep chilling here. I mean, that's what we're gonna do. We got a job. You know what I'm saying? Fury got us employed. We got employment. Okay, we ain't got to worry about employment. All right, look like they eating good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As long as they ain't staying in that Russian camp Gravik got him in. I don't know why the hell he got him there. It look like in the homeless shelter out there. I'm like, yeah, well, following the leader. I'm like, but the leader got you in a homeless shelter, man. I mean, y'all ain't got nowhere else to stay. I mean, come on, man. I gotta follow somebody else. I can shapeshift into all kind of shit. We've got people who are the prime minister of Britain, okay, the fucking prime minister of Britain, and you got me staying in a homeless shelter. Cuz what's going on here? I mean, you know what I'm saying? A Gravik, you have forsaken me. That's what I feel like.
So I feel the character of Gravik is the stereotypical isn't the word, not tropic isn't the word, but his attitude about the mission of taking over the world is a little bit unnecessarily aggressive. I think it's causing him to make some irrational decisions, which will ultimately be his downfall.
Yes, this is true. This is true, and his overall hatred for Nick Fury.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the whole premise of like it's too easy to kill you when he could have killed him multiple times. Oh no, it's too easy to kill you. Then they use it backfire on you.
Always.
You say, yeah, it's too easy to just kill you. I gotta make you suffer first. It's like you're gonna trip up, right? You know that's gonna trip you up, right? I mean, so that always happens. But yeah, so Gravik has his second plan, which is to kill the president of the United States on Russian soil, making it look like a Russian attack. Okay, that is the plan. So we actually go into that particular bit. Of course, Nick Fury has gave Rhodey at that point in time tracking juice, tracking liquor. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, that's a new one on me. Tracking liquor. All right. He drunk it and he's able to track him from there. And so the battle ensues.
And he told him, too. He wasn't like trying to trick him or nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He said, oh, yeah. Nano tracker's in there. It's like, no, I'm serious. I mean, he is. I mean, go and drink up, Ninja. You know what I'm saying? I mean, drink up. So he actually follows him to the battlefield. And of course, they initially blow up. Well, not blow up, but shoot a rocket underneath the president's plane, which I'm not sure how they didn't blow it up right there on the spot. But I don't know much about physics and shooting rockets and stuff. But it just seemed like that would be like an instant kill. But but it wasn't. Okay. So Talos is going over there trying to knock the window out. Nick Fury and him get on the battlefield, and Nick Fury with his shotgun. He's putting in some work. I like the work Nick Fury was doing in there, putting in work. I will say that this particular series has been overly violent. They usually don't. They usually tone the violence back, but there've been a lot of folk dying.
Yeah, good number.
Yeah, I mean it's been an over the top number for Marvel.
But
You know what I'm saying?
one thing I did notice is that in when people get killed in Marvel Land, like there's no blood, there's no brain splattered. It's just a boom, a poof, and a and then they fall to the ground, and that's it.
We got to keep it PG-13, man. Blood automatically puts it over the top. Okay, it puts it over the top. So they end up Talos gets shot in the arm, and that's at the point in time that you actually see Gravik's power. You see him use his Groot arm. Okay, he uses his Groot arm to reach out, smother some folk. I'm like, okay, that's a little wild. But Talos eventually busts the window out, and Nick Fury's getting the president over to the ride, and that's when he sees a soldier just holding Talos, and it's Gravik. Proceeds to shoot Gravik, but it's not enough, and Talos is killed. Now, I wasn't sure if he was actually killed, but Gravik stabs him in the heart and kills him. Okay, so that's it for Talos.
Mhm.
Like this is killing folks off. Hey, Talos, we'll send you off, okay? Sorry, Talos. You think they're gonna bring Talos back?
Of course. Everybody gets a second chance.
Magical rock. You think it's gonna be some type of rock or something?
Yeah, because the consciousness had to get stored somewhere, right?
It's like, well, I don't know. They did burn his body. I'm assuming they burned his body. I don't know. You got to be careful with this stuff. Just see, well, Talos is dead. Okay, presumably dead.
Right.
Presumably. Of course, Nick Fury shoots Gravik in the face, and that's when he sees that his face reconfigures after he gets shot in the face.
And so the face. Let's just reiterate for the audience: the face healing back is not the normal Skrull thing. It's because of the machine-induced thing that's making them all superpower. Like he went into that meeting and told all them Skrulls, "Hey, I got this thing. We're gonna do this thing. We're all gonna be superpowers, each and every one of us." And they're like, "You're fucking crazy, right? Get the hell out of here."
Yeah, but when he said we're all going to be, what he really meant to say is that I'm going to be.
Right.
Not we all, but it's just me.
He's pulling a Deacon Frost is what he's doing.
Yeah, that's what he... Yep, good old Deacon Frost. Maybe one of the best villains ever. Deacon Frost.
I genuinely disliked him, like, every time I watched that movie. Like, you just deeply don't like the guy.
That's it to a T. That's it to a T. So that actually wraps up episode 4. Okay? And then we get into episode 5, which is The Harvest. Okay? Which is The Harvest. Now, we see a little bit more of the lady from M16, Sonya Fallsworth. Okay, Sonya Fallsworth. We
MI6.
haven't seen her in...
MI6.
Yeah, MI6. I'm sorry, yeah, MI6.
That's the British CIA.
Yeah, I can't recall of seeing her in anything else. Am I right about that? Was she in anything else?
I'm sure if we checked her IMDb, she'd have like 50 things on there. She's got one of them faces.
Oh, I was talking about Marvel-wise.
Oh, Marvel-wise? No, probably not.
Okay. I didn't think so. But, they make it seem like her and Nick Fury have this long history together. But yeah, we focus in because she's trying to close in on what the Skrulls are doing here. She's found her mole, right? Confronted her mole, and she's kind of ruthless. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's like real courteous. It's like, how are you doing? Pow, shoot you in the leg. It's like, hey, don't worry. I'm going to inject this into you, and it's just going to feel like your blood is boiling. But that'll be okay. The sooner you talk, the quicker it'll be over. It's like, we'll wait now. She'll just be sitting there twiddling. It's like menacing. You know what I'm saying?
I liked her though. I thought it was a good character. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought she's done pretty well with her particular role, in this. And so we also see.
So hang on, let me ask a question. Yeah. Let's clarify something else here. So at this point in time in this universe, there is no shield. There is no anything. there is no Avengers, really.
There's technically no Avengers.
There's a random scattering of superheroes. And so on Earth, there is no other organization that is like secret, has the secret stuff, has alien technology. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of like a Men in Black kind of thing. There is none of that going on because Nick Fury and Shield are SOL.
Well, I guess you could say the it was the group that was in Miss Marvel, and I can't think of the group's name at all right now. But there was a group in Miss Marvel that almost were kind of like mimicking, we need to take control of the superheroes.
It's quite a shame because this power vacuum, I feel really could have been aptly filled by Hydra. Let's be real. Hail Hydra.
They got rid of Hydra really quick, didn't they?
Yeah, they didn't think about that too well. They didn't think it through. Man, this power vacuum just ain't going to work.
Listen, man, we should let that thing linger a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? So we got rid of him just a touch too early. There's no doubt about it.
But here's the thing: I respect them, but Hydra is no more. Now, if they bring Hydra back, then we know that they're super desperate for ideas.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
There's got to be some secret Hydra somewhere.
So what I really liked? I really liked in Captain America all of the flashback stuff, all of the stuff that took place in the 40s and the 30s. Like, I want more retro superhero stuff, and the retro theme could be pulled off very easily. A perfect example of that is Puppet Master. Puppet Master, one of their million reboots, was retro Puppet Master, where all the puppets were like 1800s looking, right? Instead of, and it was badass for, being a grade B movie. But they could do the same thing. They can apply a retro theme to any single one of these superheroes.
Right.
And totally like its own parallel universe. I would love to see something like that because I super enjoy all those old scenes in Captain America, even when he's like in boot camp.
Right. Now I did leave it out, but Rhodey had instructed Nick Fury's wife to kill Nick Fury. That was direct instructions from Gravik, and of course she didn't. Because of love. So yeah, we must remember that. So she, even though she is a Skrull, she does have complete allegiance to Nick Fury. All right, so that's a good thing. Seeing how you don't really know who you can trust throughout the entirety of this. Now, the fifth episode is actually named Harvest, and the reason that is because from what we understand from Nick Fury, Gravik is actually looking for the harvest. And what that is during the Battle of Earth, which is the last battle against Thanos in Avengers Endgame, Nick Fury had sent Skrulls to the battlefield to collect all the superheroes' DNA. Because pretty much everybody bled out there. And he actually used Gravik at that point in time to infiltrate the battlefield and actually acquire some of that DNA. So Gravik has not been pissed off at Nick Fury for that long, if I'm correct. Let's see. So that would be, what would be time frame now? Are we saying 3 years later?
Yeah, even if it's later? Like 5 years, it's still not that long. It's very short in the scheme of things.
So the question is, Corey, do you think in this coming up episode, do you think we need to see the breaking point between Gravik and Nick Fury? I think we do.
I don't know, but what I think we're going to see is we're going to see some sort of confrontation. It's going to leave us...
No, hold on. When I say breaking point, I'm talking about a past event. Because all we've known is just, he didn't keep his promise to find us a planet. It's just like, but, I mean, he's been up there looking. You know what I'm saying? So I think I might need something in episode 6 to see where the divide happened at.
Oh, no. You're giving them way too much credit to think we're going to get that.
I thought this would be a good time to do it right before they have their confrontation.
What is this logic stuff you're using? No. No.
That's what I was hoping, guys. I mean, guys, do y'all think that? I mean, just let us know.
What we're going to get. This is what we're going to get. We're going to get 30 minutes of mediocre, moderate build up. What's her face? The chick is going to prove her deception. Gaia. Yep, Gaia is going to prove her deception once again. And I don't know how that's going to end up going. But ultimately, there will be a confrontation. The confrontation will not be concluded. It will leave us wanting more, and there'll be a cliffhanger because Nick Fury and Gravik will end up they're parting physically by the end of the show, leaving us wondering what's going to happen. That is going to be where the whole next episode is going to be.
Okay. Boy. All right, so there we go. Hey, that's Corey's roundup for the secret invasion. Yeah, so this is
this has to be a bridge. This series has to be a bridge because it ain't anything unto itself memorable at all. So it's got to bridge something to something else. What that is, I don't know yet.
I thought it's had a couple moments of some good dialogue. Potentially.
I think it was their attempt at being serious. I don't really know if they pulled it off or not.
It's pretty serious. I say, well, I think they wanted the shock value of it being serious by the people who's died. Of course, people lost their mind when Maria Hill died, because they wanted to see that meet, and then Talos recently died. So, and then hell, even in this episode right here, when Gravik gets questioned on his. It's like, hey, man, you had a chance to kill Fury out there on the field. What are you doing, man? And he kills his second in command right there.
Mm-hmm.
He Groots him through the chest. And in this particular episode, they actually try to ambush him. Which, y'all terrible at ambush.
It was a horrible
You know
ambush,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just like, they picked the guys who didn't have a shot. I was like, damn, y'all.
Well, they might have given us a very important clue as to what to expect. They gave us, they showed us that there is some dissent amongst the ranks, right? So I found that this act was more symbolic than anything else. It showed that there is not unity behind Gravik, and therefore we might see Gravik fall in the next episode due to an act of betrayal.
Yeah, and also, like Gravik's whole motives of quote unquote, oh, well, we're going to take this planet over so we have a home, kind of gets thrown out the window because his plan right now is, which he told Rhodey to tell the president to bomb the actual homeless shelter where he got, it ain't a homeless shelter, but it's a damn encampment where all the damn Skrulls are at on Russian soil. I was like, so hold on a second, but he ain't finding y'all no.
But see, the president is kind of stupid. He should know anybody trying to push a nuclear attack on Russian soil is asking for World War III. And, what's his name? Don Cheadle?
Yeah, Rhodey.
Rhodey is just pushing on him. Oh, but we got to do it. And so that should be setting off red flags right then and there to the president. But it doesn't seem to be.
No doubt about that.
It doesn't seem to be. So they have to resolve that in this next episode also.
Yep. This is true. This is true as well. Yeah. So we actually see Fallsworth. She actually goes to the scientist outhouse per se, and captures the lady who actually worked on the machine for Gravik, which we actually don't. It hasn't really given us a whole lot of explanation on how that machine actually works.
No, there's been very little emphasis on it at all. Because I'm kind of wondering, like, it's like I can't envision it whatsoever. I hear them talking about it, but I can't think about what it looks like.
Like it would make you think of like when Bruce Banner became the Hulk with gamma radiation.
Like
you don't even have to do that. You just got to bleed on somebody.
Like that's a good point you make, because I'll never forget. Like Banner in the chair, strapped down, and he's like, and he turns green. Like you'll never forget that, at least from the old, the old TV Hulk, right, with Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's no moment like that here. There's not even a Captain America moment. where he gets in the machine and comes out all badass. He just talks about it, and then they are it. So they're just
even when Gaia blasted herself, because she gave herself she went in there and blasted herself with the damn machine, not knowing what the hell it was gonna do to her. She just went there, I'm gonna hit the button, and so and then she just comes out. Yep, it's just Gaia. You're just like, and how do you know how to use the shit? You know what I'm saying? There got to be some practice. Guys, we got to do better, okay? I mean, I see why they went on a writer's strike. Writer's strike. Y'all need to be on strike because you're doing bad right now. Look, Bo, I can't do tenses. My tenses suck, but I can give you some ideas, okay? Corey got a few ideas, too. I can't write the shit, though, because my tenses suck. So don't ask me to write nothing, all right? I can't do it. But yeah, there's a lot of mystery shrouding that particular machine. I got a feeling that it's probably going to get destroyed in this next episode. They didn't have the
budget to include it in the fucking... They had to pay some extra money for the set people to design it, and they're like, nah, we'll just wait for next season. Or not at all.
Okay. Well, the machine's got to get destroyed, right? Doesn't it have to get destroyed?
You would think that would be part of the conflict resolution part of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happens. The machine gets destroyed. Gravik and Fury fight. Gravik goes off to wherever. His people are not behind him any longer. He's kind of an outcast. And then Fury gets some official. He outs Don Cheadle, and then he gets some official backing from the president and becomes the president's bodyguard, and he gets to reboot S.H.I.E.L.D. That's how it's going to go.
Bang. Hey, I mean...
That is the only thing that can happen if we don't have a cliffhanger.
That's the only thing.
That's it. They painted themselves into a corner, and using the typical Marvel tropes plus the classic literature things, that's it. That's the only possible solution.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's the thoughts there. So yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything there. Sonya Fallsworth meets back up with Nick Fury. They drive to, if I'm correct, they go to Ireland. I believe that's correct. If I'm not correct, leave it in the comment section below. I believe it's Ireland, though. And that's where Nick Fury has his grave, which actually is where he's been keeping the harvest the whole time, which is all the superheroes' DNA in one vial. I'm like, that's it. And the thing, he got to blow into it. All right, I guess only his breath will open that thing. So the wind blowing and it won't open it. It's his particular wind, all right, and a particular sound.
That's some ancient spell from like a Dracula crossover.
Yeah, but hey, this is the moment where we see him, where he's like, "Hey, I'm about to go full badass. Okay, I'm going full badass." He goes into the actual cemetery, and all the things are supposed to be caskets start opening up. He's got his gun in there with his one clip. I don't know why they only have one clip. That's all they ever got in there. The gun with one clip. Got his eye patch. Got his trench coat. You know what I'm saying? Got his beanie. Red beanie. It's like, Nick Fury back. Nick Fury back. I mean, that's what they telling us, Corey. Do you feel like Nick Fury's back?
Not yet. The guy looks like a homeless guy, man. He looks like he's straight out of freaking Portland or Seattle. I swear to God, it's like, what the hell is going on here?
I mean, did that not feel like a John Wick moment though? When he's sitting there and the bag about to be thrown over his head, they asking me if I'm back. Yeah, I think I'm back. I said, "Damn, John, this is a bad time to get back. Man, your hands are tied behind your back. They're about to snuff you out, man. It's a bad time to figure this out. All right." But that's like Nick Fury's calling card. He's telling the audience, "Damn it, now's the time for me to put my foot down." Folks think I'm old and scraggly and can't handle my business. And I'm about to go out here and
funny. That's exactly what I think when you put it that way.
It said that's it to a T. How'd you know? God. So you said a little bit. Look, predictions for the final episode, Corey.
Predictions. I'm going to predict 4 cubes out of 10 is what I'm going to predict.
not how many views. I'm the predictions of what we're gonna see.
Well,
man.
I figured that would say it all.
Yeah, 4 cubes out of 10 finale.
I don't understand the purpose of this series if it's only one season. If we have no confirmation of additional seasons, that's not a good sign. If the performance of this first season is an indicator on whether we're going to get a second season, I'd say we're not going to get a second season. Thus, anything that happens in this next episode really doesn't matter at all. Unless there's some sort of like bombshell thing that is necessary for the future of the Marvel Universe. But then my big thing is like, who cares? Like, because I'm done caring about Marvel. What I want to see is I want to see everything reboot from the beginning, from scratch, with this retro theme that I was talking about. Something classic, something nice,
Something classic, something nice.
Let's get Batman out of the darkness. Let's get Batman into like with Adam West, like it would say bam when he hit you and stuff. Like, let's go back to those days. For all superheroes. I think that'd be fantastic.
Cool.
Imagine the Flash goes by you and it just goes swish on the screen. Like, that'd be so cool. I swear, you guys got no taste whatsoever.
That's a no-go, man. Man said, I want to go back to that. Good God, man. Can we at least get at least a little bit of the modern age before that?
Or at least let's get some good old-fashioned time travel. That we haven't really done. They might have touched upon it, but if we can get some time travel going on, some Back to the Future kind of antics, that could be good.
We gonna have some, Kane. Kane gonna.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so let's see. Predictions for the finale for me. I think Fury is gonna figure out a way to take Gravik's powers and ultimately kill him.
You mean like take him for himself? Or strip him of them?
Somehow strip him of the powers. Somehow strip him of his powers and ultimately kill him. I think whatever that harvest is gets taken and it's going to end up being used to create some other type of superhero in the future. Okay? Because it seems very important, even though it's, just a single vial and a tombstone. Damn. And then Iceland or Ireland or wherever the hell they're at. And I believe that Gaia will lead the final scrolls. Where she's going to lead them to, I don't know.
But off of Earth.
But I think, I believe off of Earth, potentially, maybe, because what we do see, which I recently watched the Miss Marvel, the Marvels. I'm sorry, the Marvels trailer, which I did regret after I did it. But I'm doing it for science. That Nick Fury's in that movie as well. So I don't know exactly when that's set. We do know it's after the events of the blip and all that stuff. And
so this is all new storyline. All that. This is really new storyline, fresh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. God, why can't everything just be cool? No bad guys, and everybody has a picnic. That'd be a good movie. I'd like to see that. Wonder Woman can work the grill.
Make sure you're in them tight booty shorts, though. I mean, I'm saying, hey, you can work the grill. You'd be like in a sundress. You'd be like, ma'am. Wonder, where's your outfit, ma'am? Oh, I figure out where the sundress today. You'd be like, you can leave now. Is that misogynistic? Did they say that?
God, I hope so.
Dirty pig. Would they call you that? Filthy pig. That's probably somebody would say that. Ladies in the audience, we ain't filthy, okay? I've got a girlfriend and Corey's working on one. Yeah, Corey's working on one, so I just say that. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, hey, isn't that what they say, manifest?
Well, I'm waiting for everyone who got the vax to die so I know who's safe. Whoever's left is I'll pick from them.
There it is, boys. There it is. So yeah, that's my prediction for the finale of this particular series, the Secret Invasion. I think it's going to have to tie into it. Now, I don't know if it's going to tie into the fact where Nick Fury ends up getting a particular set of Avengers back together. What we have left of the scraggly crew on Earth, but they need an upgrade, no doubt about it. As far as if we're going to have an Avengers movie, they definitely need an upgrade because we in a bad place right now.
Yeah, we're getting an Avengers movie with no Avengers in it. That's not a good thing.
I mean, we in a bad place as far as Avengers. So we're gonna see how that pans out. We're gonna see how that pans out. So overall, so far, I don't think it's been the worst thing that Marvel's ever done. Damn sure not the best thing, but not the worst thing. Better than their most recent offerings as far as their Disney Plus series, no doubt about it. So we'll be back to y'all, and we'll be talking to you about episode 6 of the Secret Invasion. It should be a not so secret invasion now.
Yeah.
Everybody should be on the lookout for Skrulls. I mean, the secret's out, dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the secret's straight up out. And I also predict in a post-credit scene that we see Rhodey. Okay, we see the real Rhodey in a post-credit scene,
like taped to a chair, get gagged and stuff.
To set up Armor Wars.
Mm-hmm.
The prediction is there, guys. All right, so mark that. If I get it, send me and Corey $1,000 each. All right, so I hope y'all did enjoy this week's episode of Showtime with the Q. We'll be back to y'all next week with episode 6. Until then, your boy HQ420, co-host Corey Hughes. We'll catch y'all on the next Showtime with the Q. Peace out.